Hello, dear Gemini. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking, and this is your 1st till the 15th of March 2020. This is a love and general reading, and I'm not incorporating the astrology in this reading. I will be doing it separate this month. So let's look at your Celtic cross. What's going on in your life, dear Gemini? What are the main things that we are looking at this time? What is showing up for you? What do you need to know? In the now position, we've got the Four of Cups. Okay, Four of Cups we know is an offer that is not usually received well. Someone usually doesn't notice this offer, but here you are looking straight at it. What is your challenge? The Death card. And Scorpio can mean getting intimate, being truthful, going through a transformation. Okay, and we know that fours are all about home and family. There is a cup offered here. The challenge is for change. The challenge is to be sharing on a very deep and fundamental level. So obviously there are changes where your emotions are concerned and your home, okay? At the foundation, we've got the Knight of Rods, Knight of Wands. This is the Morgan-Greer. Knight of Rods is someone who's driven by their passion, their desires. He's very creative. This could be someone that travels a lot for work, someone who doesn't sit in the same spot for too long. This could be the person you're dealing with. Let's look at the recent past, and we've got the High Priestess, and this is all about secrets. The High Priestess knows a lot, but she doesn't give the information to others. Now she holds the new moon at her feet. Okay, we've recently had a new moon in Pisces since it's Pisces time, and this would obviously signify when the new moon in Pisces happened, something to do with you're trying to use your intuition. You've been trying in the past, recent past, to use your intuition. Maybe you've been withholding things that you've known that you don't want to share with the outer world. The High Priestess is also very spiritual. So whatever you're going through, you are connecting to spirit. We know the High Priestess is Virgo Pisces. Very, very intuitive axis. Pisces can mean unconditional love, but it can also mean, Virgo can mean our daily routine. So how does that fit into your life? Now we know she's someone who's very spiritual, so religion could come into the picture as well. Nevertheless, she is a 2. She's trying to find balance. This is Major Arcana. Let's look at what's on your mind, what you're heading towards. And we've got the Devil. So something is happening here where you're going through a lot of difficulty. This is something very karmic. We've got Scorpio and Capricorn. They're both Saturn, I should say, the planets. So Pluto and Saturn, which are together in the sign of Capricorn. The Devil can mean restrictions, addictions, fear. You're fearing transformation. You're fearing change in your home environment. You're fearing accepting an offer. Someone wants to connect with you on a very deep level. We know that Scorpio is all about intimacy, emotional and physical. But with the Devil here, which can be a very strong sexual, magnetizing connection, this could also be a circle that you are, a vicious cycle that you're in that is hard to break from. This is addictions, right? Anything that you use to help you deal with a situation. Now again, this is Saturnian, so this is a tough lesson that you're going through at this time. We know that Saturn also brings longevity, stability, and it makes you grow into the elder wiser through the tough lessons. Let's look at the near future. And we've got the 5 of Wands. So this could be Five of Wands, could be that this is a group effort where people are not on the same page in whatever they are creating. This is still an imbalance here. This could be you and your beloved not on the same page. You may not be able to accept this offer because of a family situation, a family feud. I see difficulties because there is change coming in here. Let's take the position of you, and we've got the Empress. You could be a mother. We know that the Empress can also mean manifestation of desires, a lot of creativity, being very creative, very nurturing, very loving. Look at the similarities here. Both the High Priestess and the Empress both wear a cross on their chest. So this has got a lot to do with faith. Now the Empress can be a motherly figure. Either you are the mother or you've got a mother, and they're both sitting on that new moon, as you can see here. She is the pinnacle of beauty, magnetism. Some of you are being seen as the Empress. You're very attractive, and you're attracting. You're very magnetic, and you're attracting people in that want a piece of you. Now, the Empress is a number 3, so there's expansion and growth here. If we're talking about something that you're creating in a group situation, you're still in the near future, and I would say around the 10th of March, you're still at an imbalance. But here with the Empress, she manifests, she gets everything that she desires. She's got everything. She's very Venusian. So she's very positive. She brings in love. She brings in abundance. Let's see what is surrounding you. What's in your environment? And we've got the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a soulmate connection. Two people that are very deeply in love. Let's take the hopes and fears, and we've got the Magician. Magician is Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini. You're hoping to have everything in your power to manifest. This is communication, no doubt. Now, we are in a Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Pisces, so there is confusion where communication is concerned. Towards the end of March, things will clear up. Be careful with communicating. There can be confusion. Obviously, here there is a lot of confusion with that Five of Wands. Whatever is happening in the planets is reflecting and giving you the power of what? The gift of the gab. You're very intelligent. You can get yourself into trouble or out of trouble. Let's take, and I'm going to say you're probably hoping for communication if there has been no communication. Let's look at the outcome here, and we've got the Sun, dear Gemini. This is beautiful. This speaks of true love. This is the card of Leo, and Leo is true love. It's also children, creativity. The Sun is clarity. Here they're both looking at each other as though it's the Two of Cups. There is a lot of similarity. Some of you are obviously very connected to someone who's got strong Leo in their chart. A lot of clarity will be coming through. I think that your difficulties will be up until roughly the 10th of the month. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is Pisces. This is the general energy. Some of you may be connected to someone who's got strong Leo or Pisces. We've also got, we know that the Empress is a Taurus and Libra. Both those signs are ruled by Venus. And Venus is actually transiting the sign of Aries. So Aries, sometimes we can say that the Empress is Aries energy. Aries is someone who is the go-getter, someone who is the warrior. She's the one that will put in the effort. She's Martian ruled, let's say, Aries is. And with Venus in the sign of Aries, she's got the fighting spirit. Okay, she can be quite combative where love is concerned, where her self-worth is concerned. Seven of Cups here, confusion. Pisces can also be unconditional love. You've got lots of choices. Which one of those cups will you accept? Gemini, let's take some more cards. We will take now the Connolly Tarot and take another layer here. What's this Four of Cups? And why is the challenge the Death card? And we've got the Eight of Wands, which is quick energy. This is quick messages, quick communication coming through out of the blue. The offer is actually coming through. Why is the challenge the Death card? And we've got the World, and the World can speak of worldly matters, people that are at a distance from a different part of the world. But this is also a cycle that is needing to end. Okay, there is death and transformation, where this cycle has taken a lot out of you, because we know that the world can be very challenging, but you are successfully completing this cycle, and that's why the Death card is there. We know that the Eight of Wands can be flight travel. Some of you may be wanting to travel the world, and that's when the transformation will happen. That's when the completion of the world will take place. Now, two cards have opened up. I was going to take on the Knight of Wands here. We've got the Five of Swords and the Magician. And the Five of Swords can mean three people at a situation, usually in the traditional tarot. Here we've got two people. One is at the mercy of the other. Okay, there is someone obviously that is not showing up in this card here. So they're not in the picture, they're in the background. And again, that Ace of Swords does remind me of the gift of the gab and the gift of your intelligence. You are the magician, dear Gemini. So the Five, which is an imbalance, and it can be a conflictual energy, is putting you in a moment of change. And what is the change? You bring out all your tools and you make the magic. You manifest. You can get yourself out of any situation with a magician. Magician is a number one. It's an ace. Let's take the High Priestess. In the recent past, and we've got the Six of Cups. So a soulmate connection. We've got the Six of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Sun. This is no doubt a very strong connection. The High Priestess is someone that doesn't speak about what's in her heart. She feels. Now, some of you may be in a very strong spiritual connection where you communicate on another level. And this is someone coming back from your past. And this may have happened around the new moon in Pisces. Now we are having a full moon in the sign of Virgo on the 9th of March. So they're both on the same axis, Pisces and Virgo. If you are dealing with a Piscean person, then there will be a full moon in their partnership house, and we know that a full moon is a culmination. It is obviously clarity of something that is completing. Let's take that Devil. What is this Devil in your life? What is this Capricorn energy? And we've got the Two of Swords. So trying to make a decision, you are in a vicious circle. You are in a vicious cycle, not being able to break it because you can't see clearly. Let's take another card on that position. Now, you've got a choice, no doubt. Some of you may be in a long-standing, committed partnership, could even be in a narcissistic relationship, and you are blinded, you can't see it. You're standing in your fear. You can't see what you have to do here. There is a difficult decision, and you're fearing the worst. Let's take a card. And we've got the Page of Swords, which I love to see because this is going to be your clarity. This could also mean communication. This could also mean that you are receiving news on a third party, from a third party. There's 3 swords here. Some of you may be breaking someone's heart, and this could be the other way around as well. You may be dealing with someone that stepped out of a committed partnership or relationship. It may not be you. It may be your partner, your committed partner. And you are being enlightened with that Page of Swords. It's the messenger. Let's take a look. And the Page of Swords can also be someone who's doing their research on the internet. You may come across something. Mercury retrograde is very good for that. Let's look at the near future, Gemini. 5 of Wands. And we've got the Ace of Swords. So you're going to put an end to this conflict. You're going to have a successful new beginning. Ace of Swords is also severing ties with the past, with the conflicts in your life, with the imbalances. Now, if this is a family feud, this could also be finding the right solution with that Ace of Swords. Let's look at the Empress, which is the position of you. And we have the Queen of Swords, which is you. You may be severing ties with the past. You may be speaking your truth, speaking your mind. And again, look at that butterfly that's on the sword. Your truth is going to bring that transformation. Your truth is going to bring the abundance and the love in, even though you are protecting yourself. Wow. Next card is the 3 of Cups, and we've got like the 2 of Cups. This is very similar. We've got the 2 and the 3 of Cups, which means there's going to be a celebration. For others of you, someone is going to be mourning the loss of your relationship. Why? Because we've got 5 cups here. Someone is, no doubt, mourning the past. What they don't see, though, is that there is still those 2 cups are standing. So this is saying that someone else, someone that is around you, needs to change their perspective. They need to look at the situation, look towards the future, not towards the past. 2 cards just opened up, and we have 9 of Swords and 6 of Wands. Now, there is a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of anguish around no communication, or maybe even truthful communication. 9 of Swords could be someone that's up late at night doing their homework. Whatever this is, you will succeed. You will succeed because the Magician is here. He manifests. And what this is saying is that there's a lot of mental power going into manifesting. You're using your exquisite brain, dear Gemini, and you are winning over a situation. Now, 6 of Wands can speak of recognition, success, maybe even ego. Let's take that Sun card. And we have the 7 of Swords. Wow. Wow. Now, the 7 of Swords in this card says make music, make love, don't make war. Okay, these 2 people are leaving. They're leaving this decision in the past. They're leaving this heartbreak in the past. They're looking at those 5 of Swords, which is a conflict. They're preferring to make music, to make harmony, and not make war. Now, here with the 7 of Swords, this is a card of intelligence. And as I said, don't go into battle. Don't take part. Do not take part in a physical conflict, not even a mental conflict. If you can escape that, do so. Let's take another card. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is usually my Taurian card. Nevertheless, things are up in the air. You're trying to juggle a situation. You're halfway home here, dear Gemini. Halfway home. Now, some of you may have been dealing, yes, with an air sign. So another air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, maybe even Taurus in their chart, where they've been a little bit sneaky here. Some of you have been trying to find your stability. You're halfway there. You may be juggling between two different people as well. If you are dealing with a family situation and a soulmate connection. Let's take another card. And we've got the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups to me is spiritual growth, of course. But also you find the clarity after the confusion. She is holding that Ace of Cups, which is the enlightenment given to her by the divine, by spirit. So her confusion, she is not confused anymore. And those of you that have been in a situation where you haven't been able to fill your cups to be happy on all levels, you will be leaving that behind. Okay, others of you are hoping to go on a spiritual retreat as well, maybe going to a much sunnier place. Maybe leaving obligations behind and moving, going to a place where you're going to find your own self, your higher self. You're going to connect with spirit, and this will be a time of enlightenment for you. Let's take some other cards. So we've got a soulmate connection here, no doubt. We've got the Knight of Rods, which could be someone that is at a distance, right? Someone who travels for work. And we've also got the Empress as well as the Queen of Swords. So we know that the Empress can also be a motherly figure, someone who's had their own children. Queen of Swords, no doubt, is air sign, so this would be you. This could be two sides to you, dear Gemini, of course. Now, I'm going to see, oh, wow, we've got a King of Rods here. So the King of Rods would more than likely be this Knight of Rods. So I'm going to take it as it's the same person, right? Okay, so it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I'm going to have a message from the Twin Flame Messages by Mystic Moon. I want to see what the messages are from each of these characters. This could be enlightening for you, could be giving you a little bit more information. Now you can flip the messages around as well if they resonate for you. Let's look at this King of Rods, Knight of Rods. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. So someone was not open and honest with you, and the Knight of Rods is sitting on the Magician. So we know the Magician can be someone that's withholding or just even lying, okay, trying to pull the wool over your eyes. It was easier. Let's look at the Empress. We have our connection still affects me. And let's look at the Queen of Swords. I've thought a lot about you lately. So if this is the same person, obviously there is a lot of thought that you are thinking about if this person is the same person here with the King of Rods and the Knight of Rods. This is the person that you are obviously thinking about. And of course it does say that they were not real, they were not honest with you in the past. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take on the other Magician card here, which is in the hopes and fears position. And this is going to be a continuation of the message for this person. Right here, we've got the Nine of Swords, we've got the Six of Wands, and the Magician. I'm going to take one more card and see what they've got to say now. If I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So it does show that this person has regret what they did. Okay, and so they've learned the lesson, no doubt. Interesting. I'm going to take one more card on this environment position with the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. Let's take one more card. And we've got the Queen of Cups. So this is someone that's opening their heart. Same as the High Priestess. I'm going to say, trust your intuition that what is in your environment will be something that's going to open your heart. Now, I'm going to take a Moonology card and see what comes out for you here in relation to the moon and your emotions. So for Gemini, please, Spirit, what's happening for Gemini from the 1st till the 15th of March? And we have a time for healing, balsamic moon, and I will read you from the book. Okay. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Now that word surrender does bring up the Hanging Man, which is Neptune, and this is the general energy. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. Now, additional meanings. It's time to let go of the past. You're about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. And think about how this situation would look if everyone were healed. Now, the teaching in this card is patience is required at the time of the balsamic moon. It's a time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare yourself for the new moon, which is just around the corner. No matter which point in the current moon cycle you have pulled this card, it's a reminder to go a little bit easy on yourself. The time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. Okay, so this is saying that you're still dealing with a lot. The time will come when you can reach your healing. Look out for messages from Spirit. Look out for synchronicities. Okay, I'm just going to take one last card on that Seven of Cups, which is the main energy. And we've got the Fool, which is a brand new cycle. You've got many choices. Take your time before you go into that risk and begin a new cycle. Okay, you're still healing, so remember that. All right, dear Gemini, I want to thank you so much for trusting in my readings, for being here, for subscribing, for liking, sharing, commenting, and also just being the support system, okay, for my channel. Much love to all of you. Hope that everything goes well. I will catch up with you very soon. Bye-bye.